She was not quite on balance for that finish for Purdue. Oh, Clark, that was all one-handed and blew past Brookmore.
Got to pick her up. And 2 possessions, 2 turnovers here for the Sky. Caitlin Clark running things. 8 assists, 15 points in the first half. Looking to add to her tally.
Well, both of Lexi Hull's threes have immediately been responded to by Marina Mabry. And here is Clark, wide open, knocks down a triple.
Three-pointer made. Every field goal made has been 3, and Clark gets her first field goal of the afternoon.
Boston setting up Clark. ABC.
Hamilton has been to Caitlin Clark all night tonight.
Are you talking about my high school experience? Clark, connect.
Clark left alone. Bad idea.
Teaching and tutelage of the post position for Iowa over the years.
Clark has speed.
Watch how Caitlin Clark brings clarity to every possession. There's a calm assurance in her game that steadies the offense and pressures the defense at the same time. She doesn't chase the play, she shapes it, letting reads develop before making the precise decision that tips the balance. Her shooting gravity is constant. Defenders step out early, worried about the deep pull-up, and that attention creates room elsewhere.
It's about being confident in who you are and your ability, and it's not about your competition, who you're playing. It's about being confident in who you are.
Caitlin Clark with pull-ups got 16.
Well, this is the tipping point. Can Iowa continue on this little run?
Maybe Clark has your answer. Shooting just 29% in this game, but points finally starting to come, but Clark left completely. Has been quite quiet in this area.
Absolutely, there's nowhere to cut to.
Caitlin Clark.
Over that left shoulder.
Austin had her 11th double-double of the season, and Clark, court pass, pull, back to Clark, she will launch and bury a 3.
48 triples coming into the game.
Logo! 12 points, and the Fever looking to erase. Here's Clark, catch and shoot, hits a 3! Clark stepping back, and hits a 3!
Clark launches, nails it.
An initial surge. Clark on the drive, gets to the rim and the finish.
She passed up the 3. And so did Clark, even though she's 4 feet beyond the... that's actually newsworthy. She'll take the 2 instead.
Wheeler, Clark launches, hits a 3!
Trying to find some space, goes.
She's right there on the court with her as a youngster, so it's really fun.
Caitlin Clark knocks down her first shot.
A stagger on the weak side, but she comes off a pin down here, wide open. Bang!
Against Minnesota, and that made a huge difference in the second half. So if you can do it once, you can do it twice.
She's selective with her shots, staying balanced and patient. When the window opens, the release is quick and confident. When it closes, she immediately pivots into creation mode. The handle is compact and efficient. She uses changes of pace more than speed, nudging defenders off their line just enough to gain leverage.
Clark, step back, hits a 3!
Since the Marina Mabry trade, and she has stepped up her game in that opportunity. Caitlin Clark for 3, rattles it around for her first deep shot.
Well, this is a Minnesota defense that has been a lead all season long. Beaver had their way with it in the first quarter. Clark trying to get Indiana started, and maybe that'll help.
Brown, but she has the ability to knock into 3 ball as well. Kendall Warnock, I've said this time and time again, I think she's one of the more underrated players in the Big Ten, and there's Clark's first puck.
Found. Clark on the fake. Clark weaves inside and the reverse.
So that's really the difference in the game right now. Clark leaning in.
He said he saw it in her early on. And here she goes.
Clark, the steal, the finish.
Knocked away by Clark. Here's Clark ahead of the field. Caitlin Clark has her first.
Now Clark trying to make something happen. Behind the back. Backs the basket and gets her first.
Positioning herself to rebound.
Caitlin Clark drains.
assists. She leads in points, rebounds, and assists. Clark from the logo. And knocks it down.
2 to shoot for Clark. She'll need the heroics here. And doesn't.
D and Gainbridge down there might be worn out by the end of the year. She's had a couple shots from the Gainbridge Fieldhouse logo. Here's Clark on the drive and the finish.
One hesitation, one controlled dribble, and she's into space. From there, she's decisive finish if it's there. Move the ball if help commits. Her passing elevates everyone. She recognizes rotations early and delivers the ball where teammates can score in rhythm. Kickouts arrive on time. Touch passes keep the advantage alive, and simple swings prevent the defense from loading up.
Clark in transition. Yes!
When you have a lot of holes in the boat, it's tough to pick which one you want to choose to defend.
Caitlin Clark, she's got
Clark has space. She's going to let it fly, and she's going to connect. Oh, Caitlin Clark.
They've been ice cold since that first quarter. Clark way outside. You bets!
As we mentioned, only 3 points in the second half. She had 13 in the first half, but has picked up a triple-double here today and gets the and one.
Time for Phoenix.
Good job by Cunningham to quickly get on Clark.
Clark sinks the screen and got the layup and one.
Clark with the crossover. Taking it inside. 2 territory.
And now with 22 seconds to go, here's Clark off the screen. The three-pointer is good. And Cunningham is down behind the play. But the
Packed game. So if she gets a mismatch on that block, she's going to let it go. But there's Caitlin Clark.
Kenley working it around here for the Fever. Good ball movement on this possession. Logo shot. Logo make for Clark.
Wings are dominating in free throws.
Clark knocks.
timeout in between quarters, in between halves, to come out with the exact same energy. And especially, that's one way to...
Clark working on McDonald, who gives it a swipe. Clark, step back, hits a three.
The offense stays connected because she keeps it moving. Away from the ball, she's sharp and intentional. She relocates into open windows, understands spacing, and stays ready. Defenders can't relax. Even a brief lapse turns into an open look. Defensively, she's disciplined and engaged. Good positioning, active hands, and anticipation allow her to disrupt without gambling. She stays within the team concept.
A rough start. Clark, a little bit of daylight.
Caitlin Clark behind the back, on the spin, to the hole, and one.
To the basket before shooting.
Clark.
Seattle had 11 wins all of last season. They're already at 10. Looking to tie last year's winning record.
Clark from way downtown and knocks it down. Caitlin Clark. Clark over Horston, hits a three.
Turnover ratio in her career last season. Clark gets away with a little push, fall away, buries it. And a little react.
Clark working on Van Loo. Oh, Clark, pretty step back, hits a three. And now Clark comes up with a steal. Clark thought about pulling up from three, will dip inside and lay it in. There are... Wheeler finds Clark from the logo.
Both coming off the holiday break, but bringing so much momentum into this game. Clark gets it against Shelley. And again off the glass, she floats.
And competes every trip. In transition, her choices are clean. She pushes when there's an edge and pulls it back when numbers aren't there, always prioritizing efficiency over spectacle. When the pressure rises, her demeanor doesn't change. She trusts preparation, welcomes responsibility, and delivers with poise. This is high-impact basketball: clear reads, controlled tempo, and consistent influence on both ends.